Welcome back from break. This week for the voxpop, Liam hits the streets of Perth to find out people's opinions whether parents are violating their children's human rights by posting videos and pictures all over social media.
According to United Nations report, parents who share pictures of their children on social media are putting their human rights at risk. Children don't have privacy, sometimes they are forced to do things and they don't choose if they want to be on social media. Do you agree with the UN? Whether parents who post pictures and videos of their kids online are infringing their rights? What do you think of this?
Well, it's the same as it works for all. I mean, there seems to be, we have a cyberbullying thing. I'm a principal of a school, so I know exactly where you're coming from. We get pretty horrified if kids do that to each other. And so therefore, what would be the difference with regard to parents doing the same thing?
There have been cases where even kids are suing their parents over a viral photo or video of them posted online without consent. Is this too extreme?
Well, it depends on if the child has expressed the opinion that they don't want it done, and also what adverse stuff has come out of it. You know, has it been something whereby it's gone viral for the wrong reasons? Because that can be soul destroying for kids, as we deal with on a daily basis.
And of course CCTV is used everywhere, which is used for security purposes. Do you think this is a valid argument to those who don't want to be recorded?
Well, the thing is, CCTV is very tightly controlled. You don't see those things out there unless there's a crime, in which case we're trying to identify someone or whatever for that purpose. But to put your kid up on the screen because they have, you know, they look beautiful or they have an abnormality or they do something stupid, I mean, it can be enormously difficult for that young person later on in life because it doesn't disappear.
Well, I've got two kids and I've got no problems putting their pictures on Facebook. I'm from a generation where it was all a bit open and honest, you know. I think people are twisting the issue, you know, because of we use too much electronics, so everyone's got too much time to think. You know, let's start worrying about the real stuff and not worrying about stuff like that.
There have been cases where even kids are suing their parents over a viral photo or video of them posted online without consent. Is this too extreme?
Totally. I mean, it's silliness. That's it.
And of course CCTV is used everywhere, which is used for security purposes. Do you think this is a valid argument to those who don't want to be recorded?
No, not really. If you're a good person, you've got no problems with CCTV, you know.
I suppose possibility you are infringing their rights because they're an individual. Yeah.
There have been cases where even kids are suing their parents over a viral photo or video of them posted online without consent. Is this too extreme?
Yes, I feel that would be extreme because as a parent, you obviously just posting a photo because you're proud of them and you want to share it with friends and family. And the people that I post photos to are only my friends and family. So I don't normally I have the settings set so that it hopefully won't go viral.
And CCTV is used everywhere, which is used for security purposes. Do you think this is a valid argument to those who don't want to be recorded?
No, I think CCTV just helps to keep all the community safe.
I'm Liam, reporting for Undercurrent, West TV, Perth.
Local elections are looming and our reporter for Undercurrent, Talhal, meets with one of the councillors from Coburn City Council to talk about the looming elections.
Earth local elections are going to be held in October. Resident of Coburn, Georgina is with us. Let's talk with her. She's nominated as a councillor there. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, good. Georgina, can you please tell me what is your next future plan for City of Coburn?
Yeah, for sure. I don't have one particular thing that I want to do for the community as such. I just want to take on a hands-on role and become an active member in taking on the role as a councillor and work with the community to be ready, available for them to action any needs or concerns and help resolve them within the community for them.
What do you think, what are the necessary changes you want to bring in City of Coburn?
I'm an advocate for movement, so I would really like to see some healthy lifestyle choices coming through, more healthier living options such as community programs for fitness and other examples like that. That's where I'd like to focus some of my energy on as well.
What is your motive and goal to bring City of Coburn.
Yeah, so my motive and goal with the City of Coburn is to work with the other 3 councillors that are on the ward together and to help make the residents happy where they're living, feeling safe and have access to open spaces and great transport and feeling safe.
As a young lady, you take this stance. What is the reason to taking this stance?
Yeah, look, given my age, I have a youthful approach, I have lots of energy and I have time to give the community.
As your father was also a councillor, and what do you think? Will you work like your father, or you have some different motive and goal?
Yeah, well, I definitely take my inspiration from my dad. He ran a great council in Fremantle, and I definitely look up to him on how he ran and worked within the community and his dedication when he worked.
So what do you think the problems you are facing, the City of Coburn are facing at the moment?
So the City of Coburn are going through a process of renewal stages at the moment, and I believe by taking on a hands-on role and working with the community and listening to what they want, we can all together work together and help make improvements by protecting wetlands and working together.
Your election, how you are going to campaign?
We have a strategy set up that we start this weekend door knocking in the central ward. So be prepared for me to come and knock at your door. I want to listen to any of the community's concerns or requests, and then that way, if I get elected, I have a list already to start off with and start actioning what the community has requested. We have just finished making off some flyers, and they will be in households, I believe, from the 25th of September. And then from there, I have lots of different community events that I've been asked to attend. One of them will be at the men's shed, and it'll be a little Pilates stretch class for them as well, which is I'm looking forward to doing.
4 years if you become the councillor, so what are the main strategies or where you are going to focus? What is your main focus point?
My main focus point is I really want to be able to have, for the community to have access to myself. So if they feel like they need to pick up the phone and call someone, or they can send an email, that email or that phone call is going to get actioned and they're going to get a response. And if we can work together to resolve their issue or their request, that's even better. Yeah.
It's me, Talha Javed, Undercurrent, WTV, Perth.
The Rolling Stone Theatre production is right underway at the moment with the Secret Bridesmaids Business production. Yannick was there to meet with one of the directors and actors.
Forget about Married at First Sight. Sex, Lies and Wedding Cake are Rolling Stone Theatre's new production premise in Secret Bridesmaids Business. And to speak to us this morning is Michelle and Elizabeth. Michelle, can you tell us a bit about the premise of Secret Bridesmaids Business?
Sure, so it's all set the night before Meg's wedding, and there's a secret that Lucy knows that she doesn't want to tell her best friends, and it's basically everything unravelling from there.
And Elizabeth, tell us a bit about your character.
So I play Meg, which is the bride-to-be the night before the wedding, who's completely oblivious to everything that's going on, but she soon becomes very aware of all the secrets and horrors that come about. So it's a very fun part to play.
Yeah, so I imagine you're the director of the play, and what's been your experience so far?
It's been fantastic. Straight from auditions, we had so many really talented women and a couple of men come and audition for our show. And the rehearsal process has been great. Everyone jumped into it really fast. Even from first read through, everyone was really laughing, which is good. And as we've progressed, all the actors are just pulling more and more out of their characters as we've progressed.
So where did the play come from?
So it's an Australian play written by Elizabeth Coleman, and funnily enough, it's actually been turned into a series, which is a thriller, whereas our show is definitely not a thriller. It's dramatic, but it's also very much a comedy.
So Elizabeth, can you tell us a bit about your experience in the industry?
So I don't have any real industry experience. I grew up as a bit of a theatre kid. So my mum did a lot of theatre, my godmother did a lot of theatre, and most of my experience was through them. So I've done a few musicals. I was the narrator in Joseph that was put on at Kwinana. I was Kadisha in a show of the Mikado. But a lot of my experience was with my grandmother backstage. So I did a lot of backstage work. This is actually my first lead play role, so that's a bit exciting for me.
So you've played a few minor characters, but it seems that the arts runs in the blood.
Yeah, so I'm a bit lucky. My mum is a primary school music and drama teacher. So I grew up with a father who's a pianist, a mum who's a drama teacher. I really didn't have a hope of not entering a theatre. So yeah, I had a lot of late nights on beanbags on the back of theatres falling asleep as a child.
Great. So where do you want to go from here?
Well, that's a really interesting question. I hadn't really thought of it. I would love to do some more theatre. I wasn't actually thinking about doing another show for the rest of the year, but maybe next year, depending on what people are doing.
Do you think you've caught the acting bug?
Oh, definitely. I already had it. It's definitely ingrained. It's hereditary, I think.
Right. And what about your experience?
Well, I actually started off as a pit musician, so I play the trumpet and used to play for a lot of productions. I kind of got sick of being behind the scenes, and then a couple of years ago started doing some roles myself. Part of my job as a music theatre teacher at Undercurrent College of the Arts means that I've directed a lot of shows, and so now I've tried to move into a direction sort of pathway in community theatre as well.
Right, so that would be an interesting twist. Now, I know a bit about your background. You've done a lot of large-scale plays. How does this compare?
Actually, I haven't done any plays before. This is my first play. I've done a lot of youth musicals, so junior productions done by Music Theatre International. And this year I directed and choreographed my first really big musical, which was The Addams Family, which was a lot of fun.
Awesome. So what was your challenge in doing this sort of character?
So Meg goes through a bit of a roller coaster. So I have to go from happy, bubbly Meg to crying, devastated Meg to angry, shouty Meg, and I have to do that all without making her look like a schizophrenic, which is always fun.
And how big is the cast?
It's only 6 people, so 5 women and 1 man.
Cool. So can you tell us a bit about how to purchase tickets and the location of the play?
Yep, it's at Rolling Stone Hall. You can go to the Rolling Stone website, or we also have a Facebook page and an Instagram. Look, just search for Rolling Stone Theatre, and you can purchase tickets through there.
Great. So how many nights is this showing?
We've got 5 shows opening on the 11th of October.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us, Michelle and Elizabeth, and I hope to see you at the play. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yannick from Undercurrent for WTV.
That's all we have time for on this episode of Undercurrent. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again this time next week.